right, so we love to explore these kind of like fitness trends, and you sent over this article called 30 Seconds to Strength, Why You Should Do Daily Squats for 30 Days.
Right.
And it's like, it's piqued your interest.
Yeah.
Especially because, you're over 40.
Right.
And you're like, is this worth my time, 30 seconds a day?
Yeah.
What can that really do?
Exactly.
And so we're gonna deep dive into this article.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so right off the bat, this article's like making some pretty bold claims.
Yeah, it is.
About what 30 seconds of squats a day can do for you.
Uh-huh.
And one thing that I thought was really interesting is this idea of functional exercise.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit? Like, what is functional exercise, and why are squats kind of like the poster child for that?
Well, yeah, when you think about movements that you do every single day, getting up out of a chair, going up the stairs, even just like picking things up off the ground.
Yeah.
That's all functional movement. Mm-hmm. So, as we get older, it's important to maintain that.
Yeah, I know that firsthand. Like, just getting up off the couch sometimes, it's like, whoa.
Right.
I gotta use my arms.
Use momentum.
Yeah, use momentum, and it's like, what happened?
Yeah.
So this article is saying that like 30 seconds of squats a day can like make those things feel easier.
Yeah, because it's working so many different muscles in your legs and your core.
Uh-huh.
And those are really the muscles that help you stay active and independent.
So it's not just about like looking good in a bathing suit or something.
Right.
It's about like being able to like live your life.
It is about like quality of life.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, so I've always heard that squats are good for you.
Uh-huh.
But I never really understood like why. Like, what makes them so special compared to other exercises?
Well, if you think about it, when you're doing a squat,
right,
you're essentially training your body to handle its own weight efficiently. So you're strengthening all of those muscles that you need to, do those everyday movements.
So there's almost like a simulation.
It is.
Of like everyday life.
Everyday life, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
And so it just makes them feel, smoother and less strenuous.
So like carrying groceries up the stairs wouldn't feel so bad.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so the article highlights a lot of benefits.
Yeah, it does.
Especially for people over 40. So we're talking stronger bones, better balance, even healthier joints. Like, is there one area that like you find particularly interesting?
Well, for me, I think it's the impact on balance.
Okay.
Because, as we age, our balance naturally declines.
Right.
And, that can lead to falls and then loss of independence and things like that.
Yeah.
And so squats help to counteract that by strengthening those stabilizing muscles and improving something called proprioception.
Proprioception.
Proprioception. Yeah, it's a big word.
That sounds complicated.
It is a big word, but it's basically your body's awareness of where it is in space.
Mm-hmm. So, it's almost like an internal GPS system.
Like for your movements?
Yeah, for your movements. And so squats actually challenge the system.
Okay.
Making it, sharper and more responsive.
So like you're less likely to trip and fall.
Exactly.
Okay.
Better balance and coordination.
Wow. So it's not just about building muscle. It's about like training your body to move like more efficiently and confidently.
It is.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. So we're talking like, stronger muscles, better balance, potentially more energy.
Right.
But the article also mentions improved bone density.
Uh-huh.
And that's something that like naturally declines as we age.
Yeah, it is.
Right. And that's where these weight-bearing exercises like squats come in.
Exactly.
And they actually stimulate bone growth by putting a healthy stress on your skeletal system.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. You're saying that stressing my bones is actually a good thing.
In the right way. Yes.
Like, how does that work?
Well, it's like sending a signal to your body saying, hey, we need strong bones here.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually triggers a process where you have these cells called osteoblasts.
Osteoblasts.
They actually start building new bone tissue, making them denser and more resistant to fractures.
So squats are like a workout for my bones and my muscles.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to see why this challenge is getting so much attention.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the article that stood out to you as particularly surprising or maybe even a little counterintuitive?
Yeah, what really got me was this whole thing about Finch Q.
Yeah.
It's like, to track your progress with this challenge.
Right.
It seemed kind of out of left field to me.
I have to admit I was a little thrown by that too. Like, what exactly is Finch Q?
Uh-huh.
And like, why would it be helpful for like a squat challenge?
Well, Finch Q is this really interesting tool. And what it does is it measures things like your balance and your physical fitness. And,
Yeah.
you know, as we age, those are like key indicators of our overall health.
Right.
And it's like, you know, it's not just about counting reps or like tracking weight loss.
Yeah.
You know, it gives you a much more comprehensive picture
Okay.
of how your body is actually responding.
So it's not just like how many squats can I do? It's like how well am I doing them?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, but how does it work?
So FinchQ actually uses a combination of sensors and algorithms, and it analyzes things like how much you sway your reaction time,
Uh-huh.
your ability to like maintain stability.
Hmm.
And so it gives you this really great picture of your functional strength, which, as we talked about, you know, is really what this challenge is all about.
Okay, so we're not just like, going for like big muscles or,
Yeah.
low number on the scale. We're talking about like enhancing like how our body moves.
Right.
Like with strength and
Yeah.
balance and confidence.
Absolutely. And
And Victor can actually like show us, how we're progressing in those areas.
it can give you like concrete data to see those improvements. And that's super motivating.
Uh-huh.
You know, just to see like, oh, wow, my balance is actually getting better.
Right. Like instead of just like feeling it, you're like, I'm seeing it.
You see the proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, speaking of like commitment and like seeing it through the article, talks about what you can expect
Mm-hmm.
after those 30 days.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're pretty optimistic.
Right. They paint a rosy picture.
Yeah. But is it realistic to expect like, climbing stairs easier,
Yeah.
more energy for daily activities, even like feeling more confident like in just a month?
Yeah. I mean, everyone responds differently to exercise.
Right.
Right. You've got genetics, you've got lifestyle, current fitness level, all of that plays a role.
Of course.
But, I think the great thing about this challenge is it's so simple and accessible.
Okay.
Anyone can do it.
So, but like, what about the long term, right?
Right.
Like, let's say somebody does this challenge.
Yeah.
They kill it.
Right.
They feel great.
Uh-huh.
And then they stop doing squats altogether.
Yeah.
Do they just like lose all those gains?
Not necessarily. Like, think about it like this. Those 30 days are like planting a seed. You're establishing this pattern, building muscle memory.
Uh-huh.
And most importantly, you're proving to yourself that you can commit to a new habit.
So it's like building a foundation
Yeah.
for like a healthier lifestyle.
Exactly. And, I think the real magic of this challenge isn't just about the physical changes. It's
Right.
about that mental shift.
Mm.
It's realizing that, like, even small, consistent actions can have this really profound impact.
I love that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about like,
It's not about overnight
Yeah.
success.
yeah.
It's about slow and steady.
Taking that first step and being like, okay, I can do this. And then like building from there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, even if someone doesn't keep doing squats specifically, those benefits that they've gained
Right.
will help to make other activities easier.
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden that walk in the park feels more enjoyable.
Right.
Because you have more stamina, or you're more likely to play with your grandkids because
Yep.
you're not worried about, getting up and down from the floor.
Yeah. I was a little skeptical about this whole 30-second squat thing at first.
Mhm.
But like the more we're talking about it, the more I'm like, wait a minute. This is about like a lot more than just squats.
Right.
This is about like taking control,
Yeah.
building confidence,
Yeah.
setting yourself up for like a more active and fulfilling life.
Absolutely.
Like sign me up.
And one thing that I really liked is they talked about making this a family affair.
Oh yeah.
Getting younger generations involved too.
Yeah.
Introducing those healthy habits early on.
Yeah.
Creating a shared experience.
That's such a cool idea.
Yeah.
Like I can just imagine like grandparents challenging their grandkids
Right.
to like a squat off,
Exactly.
or like families celebrating their achievements together like at the end of the month.
Yeah, it's about so much more.
It's not just about the physical fitness. It's about connecting
It's about family.
and supporting each other,
Yeah.
making like positive memories
Yeah.
around something that's good for everyone.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's get to like the nitty gritty.
Okay.
The article says 30 seconds of squats daily
Uh-huh.
for 30 days. Does that mean like all at once?
You can do it all at once,
Okay.
or you can break it up, into smaller chunks throughout the day, whatever works for your schedule.
Okay, and are we talking like any particular type of squat?
The basic bodyweight squat is a great place to start.
Okay, hold on. For somebody who's like never done a squat before,
Yeah.
can you like break it down? Like what does that look like?
Yeah, so imagine you're about to sit down in a chair,
Okay.
but you stop just before your hips touch the seat.
Okay.
Feet shoulder width apart, back straight, core engaged. That's your starting position.
Okay.
And then you just stand back up, squeezing your glutes at the top.
Okay, that sounds
Pretty straightforward.
pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if somebody needs a little extra support?
Uh-huh.
Like they can't quite get down that low, or they're worried about losing their balance?
Yeah, you can absolutely modify the move. You can use a chair for assistance. You could do wall squats where you're leaning against the wall.
Okay.
For support, it's all about listening to your body and finding what feels challenging but also safe.
This is really making me rethink my whole approach to fitness.
Mhm.
You know, it doesn't have to be about like these crazy workouts
Right.
or like spending hours at the gym.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like the simplest things
Right.
done consistently
Yeah,
can have like the biggest impact.
absolutely.
And that's really empowering, especially as we get older, you know?
I totally agree. It's about finding ways to move your body that feel good,
Right.
that fit into your life,
Mm-hmm.
and that you can sustain over time. And I think this 30-second squat challenge
Yeah.
is like the perfect entry point for
Yeah.
anyone looking to start that journey.
You know, it's funny how we like overcomplicate things,
We do.
especially when it comes to fitness. Like we think we need the fancy equipment or like hours at the gym to see results, but sometimes it's like
Right.
the simplest stuff
Yeah.
done consistently that
Yeah.
really makes a difference.
It is. And it's all about habit formation,
Yeah.
Once that 30-second squat is just part of your routine, it's just automatic.
It's like brushing your teeth,
Exactly.
but for your muscles and bones.
Yeah.
All right, so we've talked about a lot of benefits.
Go have.
Stronger legs, better balance,
Uh-huh.
improved bone density.
Right.
But there was one thing that really stuck with me from this article.
I'm curious. What was that?
This whole idea that squats can actually improve joint health,
Yeah.
especially in the knees and hips.
Right.
And I know so many people, myself included, who have like aches and pains in those areas.
Yeah.
So it seems kind of counterintuitive
It does.
that like exercise would actually help.
Yeah.
So explain this to me. Like, I'm 5. How can doing squats, which involve like bending and putting weight on your knees, how can that be good for your joints?
Yeah.
Well, when you're doing a squat correctly, you're actually strengthening all those muscles that support the joint. And so those stronger muscles, they act like shock absorbers.
Oh.
So they're taking some of that stress off the joint itself.
So it's like giving your knees and hips like a built-in support system.
Exactly.
So it's not about like avoiding movement altogether.
Right.
It's about moving in a way that like strengthens and
Yeah.
protects those areas.
Right. And the article specifically mentions how squats can be beneficial for people with osteoarthritis,
Uh-huh.
that causes joint pain and stiffness.
Right.
But of course, you always want to consult with your doctor
Right.
before starting any new exercise program.
Especially if you have any like pre-existing conditions.
Exactly.
It's about working with your body,
Yes.
not against it.
Exact.
Finding those movements that feel like supportive
Uh-huh.
and strengthening, not painful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's a great takeaway from our conversation today. It's about empowering people to take control of their health and well-being
Yeah.
in a way that feels sustainable and enjoyable. It's not about punishing yourself.
Right.
With these grueling workouts, it's about finding those small, consistent actions that add up to big results.
And if you can like improve your health, your mood,
Yeah.
your outlook on life in 30 seconds a day,
Right.
like that's a pretty good return on investment.
I agree. It's those little wins that build momentum and inspire you to keep going.
So to wrap things up, we explored the potential of this 30-second squat challenge.
We have.
We talked about the science. We answered some questions.
Yeah.
Addressed some concerns.
For sure.
Stronger legs, better balance,
Yes.
improved bone density,
Mm-hmm.
even healthier joints.
Right.
And we talked about how like this simple challenge could be the catalyst for like a more active and fulfilling life.
And the great thing is, it's never too late to start, whether you're in your 40s, your 60s, or beyond.
Yeah.
There's always something you can do
Yeah.
to improve your health and well-being. And, sometimes those simplest actions are the most powerful.
I think that's a perfect note to end on.
Yeah.
So to our listeners, we encourage you to try this 30-second squat challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You might be surprised at how much you can change in such a short amount of time.
Absolutely.
And who knows, it might inspire you to keep exploring new ways to move your body and enhance your life.
That's what it's all about.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll be back next time with another fascinating topic. Until then, stay curious, keep learning, and maybe give those squats a try.